Hi folks. Yeah, I have one of these, which is called a biscuit barrel. My brother Jeremy used to make these. Same as this, except it used to have a little strap handle, whereas this has got a knob. Basically the same sort of design. This is one I made. It didn't fire at all well. It was a firing that I had a problem with, and the Shino went all crazy on it. Anyway, but the actual concept, the idea I liked, and I wanted to repeat it. So I threw one. I wanted to make one just a little broader, perhaps. So I've thrown this, and I'm just at the point now to where I'm going to fit it up, you know, trim it and etc. So join me for that. Let me just, yeah, maybe just bring the camera in a touch, and we'll just talk about that as we go. Yeah. So, what are we going to do first? I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to get the lid to, I've thrown it, you see, using calipers to measure, cap lid, and what we need to do now is just get that to fit. It's not fitting very well at the minute. So just damp the wheel head there, centre him up. I'm going to use my trim tool just to remove a little bit of the clay there. See if that makes any difference. Yeah, that's a bit better. You have to, you know, bear in mind you don't want to, if you've thrown this to a certain thickness and it doesn't quite fit, which is often the case. You'll find with lids you do need to fit them up, you know. It's very often you'll find that they don't quite fit as well, or let's say they don't fit as well as you would like them to. So it may be a case of removing some of the clay here from the gallery, and also removing a little bit of clay perhaps just off of the lid. Getting better. Getting better. Aha. Now I'm feeling like it's seating down nicely. So what I'm going to do is, next, I'm going to put the lid on, like that, because what I want to do now is get the profile, you see, as I want it. Let's see. So I want to make, give it actually a domed lid. Make sure that you leave enough thickness in the bottom so that you can get a domed lid. And if you can't, if you find that you haven't quite left enough thickness, what you want to do is push the lid in the center, push it up, you see. In other words, dome it by pushing it up a little bit if you're a little bit thin on material there. Alright? Dee 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 dee. So, yeah, you want to look for the line, look for the shape. Whoop! He came unstuck. Okay. So, because I'm giving some downward pressure, a piece of plastic there like that, okay, can help to spread the pressure, the load, you see. And doing this kind of trimming like I'm doing, you do very often need to have something to keep it, you know, from jumping off the wheel, because sometimes that will happen. What's happening here? We're still there. Good. Yeah. So what I could do, now I've actually fitted the lid, what I could do is just trim the lid, couldn't I, directly on the wheel, like that. Instead of being sort of up here. Probably need to bring the camera down a bit, won't we? Yeah. Alright. Need a cameraman. I don't really, I'm okay. I fumble it myself, but so I'm trimming from the center, just trying to get that nicely domed, checking in my mirror over there, giving me a sideways angle. Okay. Okay, it's coming. Actually want to do a little bit of work just down here. I'm going to turn him upside down to do that, so wet the rim, clean him off here, a little bit of water there, not too much, face down. Get him on center. That. So what I'm trying to do now is just just refine the shape a little bit here. So trimming, you see, at this stage is, yeah, it's just to fine tune the shape, but also, yeah, it will remove a little bit of the, so I'm using a rib here to actually do some trimming, just to thing about the rib is it's dragging up all the grog, you know. Try one of these cards. See, one of these cards, you see what I'm doing here. Nice thing about these are they're flexible, so I can bend it, you see, according to the shape. So, how's that looking? Oh. Yeah. Well, let me just show you that. Are we still going? Good. Yeah, you see what I've done there? I did that scraping, and you see how it's rasped all the grog. You see? Well, I don't always like that. So that's nicely fitting. It needs a little bit of adjustment here on the line. I feel it's not quite as I want it. So we're going to have to put him back, tap center, push down, Alright, so got to get rid of those lines, haven't we? Those scratched lines. How are we going to do that? How are you going to get rid of scratchy lines? Indeed, how are we? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to burnish it. So I'm going to use the same tool, but instead of holding it at right angles, I'm going to rake back the angle like this, you see. So I'm compressing the surface now of the clay. Using the same tool I used to churn it up, I'm now smoothing it down. Just because I'm changing the angle, you see. Now, it's not that I have to get rid of every... It's not that critical. Because actually what I want to do is flute this. In fact, in the next clip what I shall do is I will flute this and I'll put the strap handle on here, okay, so you can see that. Okay, let's put that back together before my battery dies. Okay, well it's not perfect, but I mean I just wanted to show it to you while I was working on it. So there it is. This is what my brother Jeremy used to call a biscuit barrel, or what we would call over here in the US a cookie jar. All right, and you'll see with a nice little strap handle it will actually look quite good. It's a little bit broader in the beam than this other one, if you'll notice. Not quite such an elegant form. This one is a little bit more concave here, isn't it? But I wanted it to be a little bit broader in the beam, you see. So there it is, folks. Now, some of you have been writing to me saying, "Oh, Simon, I wanted to get one of those pots on the on your Etsy shop, and then I found, because I was from Europe or Canada or anywhere outside of the US, if there's some pot there that you like and you're not finding that you can access it, or it says something like only for sale within the USA, all right, forget that. That's just a sort of generic writing there on Etsy. We've got to do something about it. It does allow you to put select countries in, but that, you know, it gets very. The Etsy site is not all that adaptable always for allowing you to put the exact postage shipping charges, or it's rather generalized, if you know what I mean. So if there's anything that you want there, say you're from Australia or England or Canada or Germany, wherever it is, if there's a pot there, just write to me and say, hey, I'm interested in that pot there, this pot, give me a shipping quote on it, would you? Because that's what I'll have to do, is I'll have to quote you shipping, you see. Hope you understand that. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry for the frustration. I know there have been some people who've been there, tried to buy something, and then it says only for sale within the US, and that's no good. So if you encounter that, just write to me and say, hey, and I'll give you a personalized price. Hey, thanks for watching, folks. As always, we are practicing, aren't we? I am practicing, and it's always a case of always learning, always being open to new ideas, new techniques. Always, though, looking for function with beauty, as my granddad once said to me. Okay, folks, take care, God bless, keep practicing. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Ooh, maybe I add that in a bit. Okay, bye-bye.